Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to the first episode of the AM Shift podcast. I am Michael McCormack, and I'm joined by Aidan Ryan. And Aidan, we have a new podcast venture starting before us, and Stuck in the Sin Bin was something that we were able to partake in college, but we figured it's something we wanted to put into podcast form. So I'm excited for what this journey is going to bring us.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, it feels like. I feel like since we graduated, we've been talking about bringing it back. No,
Yep.
I've missed it. I'm excited to get going. Thank you for bringing me into Sinbin. That was all you're doing. Yeah, let's get it going.
I know, I know. This is like exactly the type of platform I want to talk about. Everything that we just say to each other and our friends and everything. It's nice to actually put into words as opposed to an iPhone group
Yeah, too much
chats.
time in the group chats.
So let's kick it off. I mean, Aiden, you're the Isles fan here. Your team just coming off a number one draft pick selection. Matthew Schaefer, he looks like a complete stud, and we're only, what is it, 3 weeks into the season. So, let me know your thoughts on how your team's progressed so far already in the season.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I remember talking to my dad, my brother. They started off 0-3. It didn't look great. Showed flashes of it. Obviously, Schaefer's been Schaefer the whole time.
Yep.
But like even in the 0-3 start, I was never this excited about an 0-3 team. They rattled off 4 in a
Yeah.
row, got above 500, dropped a couple, but currently getting run over by Carolina. In Carolina, that always happens though. But
Yep.
Schaefer has a goal tonight. He's got massive point streak to start. I couldn't be more thrilled with him. Horvat's playing well. Barzey's playing well, even though they scratched him. The morning skate got to show up on time. But
Yeah.
no,
Missing
I'm
team
honestly,
breakfast, missing the bus.
yeah, no, I'm excited about them. They look like a team. They feel they got the media presence again. It's a whole different feeling on Long Island. I couldn't be more happy.
Yeah, I mean, and that'll directly kind of translate into even next season where they're going to host the All-Star game. It was delayed, obviously, because of the Olympics, but I feel as a future stock, the Islanders are one you want to buy into. Coming off, like I said, the first overall pick and everything that's surrounding the team right now. And I mean, Matthew Darsh, what a quick turnaround he did on a team, and all it took was one off season to really bring in the pieces to make them into I mean, even a competitive team right now. I mean, for given you said the was it 0-3-1 start? I mean, they're still a competitive team regardless.
Yeah, no, it was my prediction for them going into the season. Even once we got Darch, once we got the pick, you kind of see the team come to life. The fan base comes to life a little bit. So my prediction for them going into the season was like could see them squeaking into the playoffs, could see them getting a third in the Metro for no reason, could see them missing the playoffs, could see them at the bottom of the league. Like I don't really know what the expectations are. I feel like they thrive in that, like the bubble year. No one had them going to the playoffs, let alone conference finals back to back years.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like they thrive on that. The fan base loves it, and just exciting times to be an Islander fan. Whether it's this year, years coming down the line, there seems to be a long term plan in place, which the roadmap kind of got lost a little bit. I feel like the last couple of years, but it feels like they took a right turn. They're back on track.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, like ever since that Tavares split from the Islanders, it seems the team, I guess you can credit that to Anders Lee, Matt Barzal, and the core that's there right now. It seems like they've always kind of thrived off being the forgotten or the dissed, the underdogs of the league because it seems like every step of the way people have counted them out, whether that's playoffs or just the team getting into the playoffs. So I think that it's something that the whether that's hockey ops or the players, they've kind of just turned that into the identity of the team since then. And it hasn't, even though there's been slight turnover and stuff, it's really not been lost, which is actually encouraging to see. So it seems like they're never taking themselves too high or too low. They're just like, we focus on ourselves and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's part of the reason it's so fun with them is a lot of the team are guys that were drafted under Garth Snow, carried over into the Trotz era,
Hmm.
Lamarillo era. Like it's it's a homegrown team, very much so. Obviously, there's guys you bring in like the Pageau of the bubble year, That was a huge signing, instantly tore it up in the playoffs, and you could see he's going to be a
Yep.
massive part winning faceoffs left and right. But like special teams contributions, everything. And then the young guys coming in, Holmstrom, um, getting Shabanov out of the KHL, Siplikov last year, although he's struggled a little bit out
Yeah.
of the gate.
It's
But
not
like,
easy to do. It's really not
yeah,
easy to
no,
get guys like that back to back years.
yeah, the scouts are on it. They're giving the 1 year kind of prove it deals and go from there. Obviously, Siplikov stuck around, hoping Shabanov does the same thing. But yeah, they got a very Russian team now, which I didn't see coming. But yeah, the no, they did a good job turning it around pretty quick. And like I said, it's a homegrown team, so that's why I think the fan base rallies around them so much. And that goes back to the fourth line, the Marcus Martin Clutterbuck.
Yes.
I remember
Yes.
sitting there in the house watching them. They just chip pucks in deep, just run guys behind the net, and it works. They score. He's had a 20-goal season. Like it's that's just Islander hockey. They're just gonna shove the puck down your throat and see what they can do with it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean it's a stark contrast from obviously being a Rangers fan then going to an Isles fan because I remember I was watching this video the other week and it was kind of just talking about the absolute turmoil that the Islanders were in the 2000s, um, and just how they were always in the shadows of other teams, the Rangers specifically in New York. And now it seems that getting the first overall pick and probably making some of the biggest moves of the offseason, just from trading to reshaping to signing, like you said, Shabanov and Siplikov, they're not being lost in the news now. There's whether that's Barzell missing the bus to wherever they were going, but like I said, they're a team that's covered now. So it's nice, I would say, for a fan base that is large, but it feels small.
Yeah,
So it's
it's a
nice.
very the fan base feels very much like the team does, where it's a tight knit group of
Hmm.
like not necessarily the biggest names in the game, but like you got your stars and
Yep.
like it's a fan base ready to explode when they make a run. So
Hmm.
it's they're gearing up for something big. I'm excited for it. Like I said, 0-3 start never felt so good, so I can't complain there. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's especially coming off those the mid 2000s teams when I grew up watching them. I didn't
How'd you
know what
even
good
become
hockey
a
was.
fan
I
watching
just
that?
was watching them for the fun of it, and they were a couple first round picks that didn't quite pan out along the way, but traded
Yep.
them for like a Griffin Reinhardt, ends up being Matt Barzell and Anthony Beauvillier. So
Yep. Yes, sir.
no, it's good, and they did just call up Callum Ritchie too, with the Barzell absence. I thought he was going to play tonight, but he's not. They decided to go 7D instead. But no, they're gearing up for something big. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
It's
and
saying right now, I had on the TV right here, it's saying his flight was delayed due to weather.
oh, that's right. He must
So I guess this
be.
massive storm just ripped through the East Coast. So yeah,
Oh, that's
that's
right.
the only
Yeah.
person saying it.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
even know
no,
that that happened. Oh, well, there you go. I mean, that's a shame because I mean, that's a player that has been kind of riddled with injuries in his young career, and I think that he's getting the fact that he's getting to this point where he's making his NHL debut and it gets delayed like that. A little bit of a shame, but I mean,
his
there's going to
only
be.
NHL goal too was last year against the Islanders. He could
Yeah,
become the quickest guy to score against every team, but
that's that's right. Yeah, I was like, he's only got 31 others to worry about. I mean, he's a special player too. I mean, that's from that Brock Nelson trade. I mean, what a haul.
yeah, sad to see
'Cause
Brock go, but like,
yeah,
yeah,
I mean, in the
like the
future for the
excitement for that trade was equally as big as the sadness of losing him.
right. I mean, you even said it yourself, like they're building something. So,
Yeah,
I mean, what better way to build it than you're gonna have to move out guys that were here for a while. And I mean, as much as you said you like Brock and even I like Brock Nelson a lot. It's a necessary move for the better outlook on the future of the team.
yeah, that's the thing with looking at kind of how the Islanders did it. Like I said, they're homegrown, a lot of draft stock that they've kind of developed and pushed
Hmm.
through on their own. And you look at a team like Vegas, and you're like, oh, why are they so successful? Because they're cutthroat. They're willing to do whatever it takes. They just guys could be there 1 year, gone the next. Like
Yep.
they're building championship teams, and that difference is kind of, especially in the Lamoriello era, that would never happen under Lou. So
Oh, no way.
no,
No
yeah,
way.
it was he liked his homegrown talent and stuff, but no, it's starting to feel like they're taking steps in that direction while keeping it tighten it like the team is. So And I'm excited. I keep saying it. I'm just excited, and I'm excited to be an Islander fan. Like it's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, what better time for that to happen? But I mean, in general, is there anything particular about maybe the team, how they're playing? I mean, Patrick Waugh came in last year. You could obviously see that there was a difference going from Lane Lambert to Patrick Waugh's system, and even Perry Trott's system for that matter. Is there anything just in particular with their game that is really, that you're seeing?
Just the north-south aspect of it. I feel like under Lambert, which I mean realistically was an extension of Trotz in that system. That system worked great. It was
Hmm.
a bunch of guys playing their first playoff experience. Obviously, they had some vets in the lineup. Andy Green, unreal signing, great for the bubble year.
Yes,
Great for Noah Dobson too, which eventually turned into a couple of other
another good
key
trade.
pieces moving forward once they develop. But that
Hmm.
Acheson's going to be sick. I'm so excited for
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah.
But no, yeah, it's mostly north south. I like to look at it like through the neutral zone. They're a lot quicker on pucks, a lot quicker in transition. They're not really staying back as much. It's kind of just previous year, like especially the last 2, 3 years. I feel like they kind of fell into a trap game, and the game kind of outgrew them. Like their system was kind of trailing behind the pack.
Yeah.
Um, so no, I feel like they're starting to catch up. While has them playing a much more kind of I don't want to say high risk, but it's a higher risk game. But it's
Take
going to
your
pay off in
chances.
scoring more. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's modern NHL. You got to score goals to win games,
Yep.
and games are going to be higher scoring moving forward. So you got to rely on your goalie. The one thing that concerns me maybe is their usage of Sorokin. I feel like they kind of lean on him a little too much, which with the Varley deal, it's kind of they kind of needed to. Like they didn't obviously you don't expect to lose a goalie for that long, and
Yeah.
you kind of got to lean on them. But no, it's mostly the way they play. Like they're playing with speed. They're bringing in guys with speed. They're trying to kind of reimagine themselves and modernize the core. Like the core guys are still the core guys. It's pretty much the same thing for the past going back to the playoff runs, like I said. But um, no, it's just kind of I wouldn't really say rebuilding or retooling. It's kind of just like modernizing to me,
Yeah.
which is good. You still get the people that love the homegrown team aspect of it. You still get those guys, and they're just playing at a higher pace, a higher rate of play, and it's going to pay off. They're going to be a threat.
Yeah. I mean, they're a lot like some other teams that we're seeing now where maybe not exactly, but the vibes are similar, like a Utah Mammoth, right? Those are
100%. Yeah.
guys have been there a while now. From Clayton Keller to Schmaltz and a couple other guys, but they add a couple more pieces and they do a little bit of turnover in some areas, bring in other guys, and then they end up finding some type of formula, whether that's a new coach or in their case, it was a new owner, a new location. And in the Isles case, it's a complete overhaul of the
Yeah.
management. So it's similar vibes with both of those teams. And I mean, as a hockey fan, like for me, I mean, yeah, there's teams I don't like, there's teams I do, but in general, it's
I
nice
know you
when.
don't like the Islanders. You could say that.
Yeah, well, not as much as the Devils.
True.
We'll quickly learn that on this show
Yeah.
that we both do not like the Devils. But yeah, no, I mean it's good to see that just from a hockey perspective that this team isn't just going to go into limbo like the Calgary Flames or something where they just have, well, and where the Rangers are trying to not be, which is just hockey limbo in and out of the playoffs every year, good, bad, in between.
Yeah.
So it's better for hockey that a team like that and the market too as well,
Yeah,
like you
for sure.
said.
I mean, it's kind of similar to what the Rangers did a couple years ago. They sent that letter out and they're like, listen,
Hmm.
this is our game plan moving forward. Obviously, the Islanders didn't do that step, but
Yeah.
that was talk about a quick turnaround with the Rangers. And then they're back on top of the league, back in the playoffs, consistent threat. Obviously, last year, for both teams, very disappointing, but like the same thing. They look like a different team. Obviously, struggling a bit out of the gate, mostly with goal scoring. Feels like that switched between the two New York teams
Yeah.
with the goal
That's
scoring. But
for real.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's it's another team that's fun to watch. Same thing. They got their core. Their core's been there a long time. I compare the Nelson trade last year to like Kreider leaving. Like it's
Yep.
you lose a big name, but it's part of the game. You gotta change things up sometimes to get results. But yeah, no, I guess transition over the Rangers then. See what's going on in the city.
Yeah, well, I think it's my fault because I'm now 1 year having lived in Texas, and it seems like the second I left New York, all the President's Trophy, good vibes, teams winning every other game, just fell into the trash. And it seems like now they're trying to band-aid everything each step of the way. There's good signs, there's real bad signs. But in general, how the team is right now, I wouldn't say that I'm in full panic mode. I would say that I'm maybe 50% there, because I think that came down a little bit because of the win in Vancouver the other night, and we'll see how they do against Edmonton again. But I mean, in general, the team, for anybody that's watched this team in the last 4 years, you can tell that the defense is a million times better than it has been in the past. And I fully credit Mike Sullivan and his system for his team. It seems like they've really gone to a low event style of hockey. In general, games are very low scoring that they play, especially with the fact that the offense can't score right now. But in general, they defend really well. And I don't know what it looks like from an outside perspective, asking you, but I mean, they look better. They look good in games that they lose, and then they tend to look bad in games that they win, and then a little bit of both.
It's a it, to me, it's like there's games that it seems like they're fighting to do everything and just not getting rewarded, and then there's
Mm,
games it seems like they're just like skating
everything's
around
yeah,
wherever and
everything's
pucks are going
wrong.
in. Like it's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
Yeah, no, to me with the Rangers, just it just seems like pucks aren't going in. Like they're getting. It's not like they're not getting chances.
right.
Like they're
Yeah.
they're getting chances. They're hitting posts. They're like it's weird to watch them right now.
Yeah, I would say the first 7 games they played, they were probably the better team in maybe 6 of them. And they lost most of those. Like outside of like the home opener, the next like 4 games, they looked outstanding and got goalied by
Yeah,
everybody from Stuart Skinner to Charlie Lindgren, to Shelovs. I mean, so there's definitely positives in the way that they're playing. Like they're getting chances. I know the stats say like expected goals this, expected goals that. Like they look good from a numbers point of view,
all
but
about the eye test.
yes, and if you just actually watch them, there are things where it's like, yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good game from them. And then you watch a game like they played in Calgary and you're like, what? That's not the hockey team I saw play, or even that San Jose game they played. That's like not the hockey team I watched a week ago. So it seems they're in some growing pains, which is weird for an older team, being that the core is mostly in their 30s. Uh, so it's weird that they're going through, I mean, new coach, yeah, but they're going through a bit of a growing pains kind of event right now. And it's kind of annoying, because I mean, they look, most Ranger fans, they put expectations on a team like this, new coach bump. You're expecting the team to just perform better right off the gate. That's happened the last 2 times from Gallant to Laviolette. They've ended up having amazing wit seasons immediately following that. With Mike Sullivan, it seems he's done a lot of good things for the roster. But it's the personnel that's there. Usually in times past, it's not quite been the case for that reason. But I feel like now it's the personnel. It's weaker in the depth. Top guys are getting older. They're underperforming. Panarin only has like, I don't know, 7 points in 11 games, and I think 4 of those came in one game. So it's situations like that where it's the guys that are there need to be better. But from an overall standpoint, I think there's positive and negatives, and I think they're just in a in-betweener phase right now from going from old to new. So, I mean, that's really all I can kind of grasp on their game right now. It's early in the season. We'll see where it goes in 2 weeks' time. They look better um, in some cases, so we'll see. See where it goes.
And look at their lineup, obviously, like you got your big names that are always there. Same thing. Connor Sheary,
Mhm.
they bring him in. Love his. I've always loved his game, even back playing with Crosby in Pittsburgh, then in Washington. But
Yeah.
the line that stands out to me, the three guys, I feel like they're playing with no expectation and they're thriving in that is the Parson and Laba Radish line.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like what have you seen from them? And like obviously Taylor Radish coming fresh off a hattie, but like Laba takes a puck to the face in his what fourth game, whatever it was, fifth game, and
Oh
then
yeah.
Parson and just he's kind of like that smooth skating kind of not the catalyst, but he's kind of I guess the one that kind of brings the other two together. He kind of smooths out the transition between the two of them. But yeah, no, what have you seen from their third line so far?
Yeah, I mean, because that was kind of the biggest concern going into the season was like who and what is the third line. Um, so Laba, obviously from everybody was like a major surprise. I know like Vince Mercogliano, Rangers beat writer, like spoke highly or reached out to people that spoke highly of him and was like, this guy's a player, right? And I was kind of doing my own like little research in the offseason and I was like, I mean, this guy is pretty good. Like he had a nice little stint with Hartford last year and he came right into camp swinging. I mean, every game he played, he made a noticeable positive play, whether that was a goal or defensively or what have you. He was noticeable, and that put a little less of a question mark on your third line center and third line in general. For a guy like Parson, and he actually had a really good preseason. I know people like were just all shiny new Laba, like, oh my God, this kid needs to be everything. But I actually really liked Parson in preseason, and he did get scratched going into the first few games, but I think now that he's playing, it seems that he's identified his role. The coaches have identified his role, and he's definitely playing into what he needs to be. I'd like to see just more offense out of him, and maybe just be a little bit more impactful in the game. Uh, just given that he's tall, he's got good hands, pretty decent speed. I think he's definitely a player that can be useful. I think there's just more that we need to see. And then I mean for Radish, I mean he's I think tied for the team in goals with four. I mean counting the hat trick against San Jose, I guess if you want to go outside of that, he looked awful in preseason. And now he looks like a solid addition from penalty killing to just being on that third line. He's kind of rounded it out offensively, I guess, and just two-way. So, I mean, it's been surprising just from all aspects on the third line, but I think the focus should always be like on your top six, and the fact that they've been that noticeable brings the concern back to the top six. Like, okay, then like what are these guys doing? You know?
Mm. Yeah, you think that so the other thing with them too, like you see that the bottom six, especially when Rempe's in the lineup, obviously he's
Right.
impossible to miss and he's just running dudes all over the place. But like they seem like a much heavier team, which is something I know talking to you for years that you feel like they've struggled with a little bit, especially come playoff time. You seem to kind of like shy away from that side of the game a little bit.
Hmm.
But it seems like Sullivan has them playing a much heavier style of game,
Yeah.
which I think is why maybe you see they're losing games that they are clearly the better team in. So just dominating teams physically, but not getting the goals. Do you think like maybe it's the transition into that system that's kind of holding them back a little bit and it's something that'll click, or it seems like a deeper issue?
I think it's a couple of reasons. I mean, I think the personnel, like I said, is the major issue. Like they might not be built for the style that he's trying to implement. Like you said, they can play it and they look good at when they do play to that style, but they're kind of missing the overall objective of what Mike Sullivan wants out of the team, which is like an in-your-face hounding and like quick transition. Like they have no puck movers on the back end besides Adam Fox. They have five guys who rip it off the glass any chance they get just to get it out of the zone. So, but they defend well, right? So like they're doing the major aspect pretty well, but it's doing the other part of the game, which is offense they're struggling in. So I think it starts from the back end, and then when you actually get to the point of playing offense, it's the top six that struggles. They're doing more of the same, which is the perimeter, pass it, pass it, pass it, never take your shot. And then they like finally get that golden chance that they've been getting robbed, right? So um, they've always struggled this core with 5-on-5 offense, and I think they've done a better job at creating 5-on-5 chances. And usually in past teams, they've been able to supplement the goal scoring with power play opportunities and power play goals. And that is like 14% on the year, which is just unheard of. And I guess it was trading Chris Kreider away that just broke the power play. But you can obviously tell that those flaws are being more noticeable because they're not scoring on the power play and scoring in general. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess again, it's just I got that roster open right now, and obviously this one's missing Rempe, which is kind of a massive
For weeks,
part
probably a
of
hand.
part of the point I'm trying to make here. But like with the exception of that third line, I guess the second line, like the middle six, they've got guys in there. Like with the exception of that second line or the fourth when Rempe's in the lineup, there's really only one guy on each line that wants to play that kind of, like you said, that in your face
Yeah.
kind of brand of hockey. Like you got Cooley on the top line. He'll do anything. He's a guy I think the fan base is like he can do no wrong.
Yeah,
But
a little
like,
bit like that. Yeah.
yeah, JT Miller in the second line, obviously Lafreniere when he's on his game can do that, but he kind of fluctuates a little bit.
Hmm.
I think when he's playing his best, he's that kind of like grinder type because then it
Yeah.
kind of opens up his offense a little bit too. Which honestly, outside looking in, that's where I think Sheary's going to be huge for them. Because if Miller and Laff can go into the corners, Sheary's got a great shot. Like, he'll just get him the puck. Um, Third line, it's Noah Laba. He's the
Yeah.
one kind of doing
It's his
everything for
show,
them.
really.
Yeah, really. But Parson and Radish haven't really seen that physicality from him yet. And then
Mhm.
fourth line, I'm actually surprised. I feel like Edstrom should be. But he's kind of the issue I have with Pierre Engvall right now. Where obviously
Oh,
Engvall's not playing this season, which sucks. And honestly, didn't even realize the injury was that bad. Had surgery out for the season.
yeah.
He's a guy when he's on his game, he's fun to watch because he just skates like the wind. He's
Kind of
crazy,
like a
but
Parson in general. I feel like those two are very similar.
yeah,
And
they're just big bodies that don't really use their body. I
yeah.
feel like that's the key to unlock their game. If they just do that, they'd be a
Yep.
force. But
A lot of guys like
Sam
that.
Carrick, I
Yeah.
really like Sam Carrick on that fourth line too.
Probably my favorite guy on the team because he plays
Yeah,
with his heart on his sleeve and 150 per 1,000% each game. Um, and a dog, like he makes that fourth line. But I mean, to your overall point, like you talk about Connor Sherry, right? Like it's the ongoing joke with the Rangers the past few years where it's like there's been a hole ever since they traded Buchnevich, there's been this hole on the right wing, second, first line, whatever you want to call it, and they always end up putting some bottom sixer in that role. And granted, Connor Sherry's been most of the good best one that they've put there out of like Dryden Hunt, Barclay Goodrow, and probably Colin Blackwell to like name a few. He's definitely a dog and he plays hard, but it's like, hey, we still have to play a bottom sixer in the top six. Like why have we still never put somebody there that is meant to be there? I don't think they signed Connor Sherry after the PTO thinking he was going to be your top six winger, playing with JT Miller, you know. But I mean, when other guys don't step up, I mean, that's kind of the situation you get put in. And I don't think they want to. The other guys really haven't taken the opportunities. Like I wanted to talk about like Offman. Um, it's just a guy that played horrible in his first game against Calgary the other night. Gets an opportunity in the high slot and instead of just shooting it, he just passes it, rips it out with Laba's feet. Um, like, dude, you're trying to make the team now, and you
Yeah,
have,
I saw that play, gave a little
yeah,
head tilt like a puppy. I was like, don't know about that one.
it's like you may not be a NHL player, dude, or like that's what the questions are around you, and you get this golden opportunity to shoot it, and you use your great shot, and you don't do it. Like what then? Like what's the point of having you? Like his instinctual and spatial awareness is not good. Um, so I could see why they quickly yanked him out of the lineup. Just he's just go in his own head and he's um, struggling. And a guy like Gabe Perreault, he has 7 points in 7 games in Hartford, and I don't think they want to interrupt that. So
Yeah.
you got to solve the problem with guys that are already there, or I don't know if they want to trade for that. So it's just an ongoing issue with goal scoring and the top six and things like that. That's kind of hurting the team. That's what it
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
So
I guess the other thing too, the guy that I loved watching in LA, what have you seen from Gavrikov so far?
yeah, the other game in Vancouver where they won 2-0. Overall a great game, but the most noticeable pairing was Gavrikov and Fox. That man, Gavrikov gets a stick on everything. I like he boxes guys out, like does that thing where like he just reaches around people and like slides the puck out of possession. Like, if the guy's got his back to him, like he just is a wizard with his defensive stick. So definitely an upgrade over Lindgren for Fox. Um, but yeah, that pairing is starting to get their chemistry going, which is really good. Because now they can, be trusted to do what a top pairing should do, which is play like 20 something minutes a night. Um, but I mean, you know, other guys, I think they just haven't been able to pick up the 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 pieces that maybe Gavrikov and Fox don't do all the time, which is just moving pucks up the ice and defending the best. I think there's just like that pairing's good, but the other like Schneider's struggling to really be that two-way defenseman. Um, and then like a guy like Vakanainen is just not been that good. And then you just got Borgen and Susie, which are just two guys on with different handedness who just defend well. But um, it's you if you want to create another Gavrikov Fox pairing, I don't know if those four guys are the answer to do that.
And then going back to the previous point with the physicality, one
Yeah,
guy can't believe I didn't mention him, like Vinny Trocheck. When he's out of the
yeah,
lineup, like it's
yeah.
noticeable.
Really.
But um, no, yeah, I just the physicality on this team is, I feel like the key that they need. That's just
Yep.
holding them back a little bit. But no, like I said, I always feel like they're just a bounce away, and it's again fan of the biggest rival. Like you
Outside
know,
looking in.
I love when they lose games. Makes me happy a little bit. Doesn't matter much if the Islanders aren't winning games, but
Yep.
whatever. No, it's the team that had seemingly no issue scoring going back a couple years, where everything they did, it seemed like they were just winning game after game, like it was nothing. Um,
Yep.
I don't know. It just seems like they're having a little bit of growing pains with this new system so far, and maybe getting used to new faces and new places. But um, and I do feel like they're set up well. The puck's got to just start going in for them.
Yeah, I mean it's a matter of time if they keep doing the right things. Like I'm trying to keep a positive outlook on it. Like it's tough when you're just watching games and then you get like goalied and then you're like, are we actually getting goalied or can we just not like are we just not
Yeah.
good?
And I think you
But
saw that with the Mika interview the other night. What game was that? Where was it after the Edmonton game?
ooh, it might have been that one. I don't know, the Calgary
Someone
one, he had a
asked him
good one
like, "Are you
too.
frustrated you're not scoring?" He said what he was thinking. Like he said what everybody's thinking. He's like, "It's
Yeah,
not like we're not trying to score.
right,
Like,
right.
come on."
I know these questions that they get asked, like, were you trying to not score? It's like, no, I just
Yeah,
got robbed a glove hand. Like,
you can't ask the guy that scored 50 goals in his career. Like,
I know.
yeah, a 50 goal season. What was that? Like 5 years ago or so. But
Yeah, I mean the 1920 shortened season, he was on pace for like 65 goals or something like
yeah,
that.
it's
I
insane.
mean, yeah, I mean the guy looks I'll say one thing, he's absolutely been probably like one of the top two best players on the team to start the season. I mean,
Hmm.
from all the stats to just his overall impact on the game, I mean, he has 4 goals. He's all over the ice. He's now getting into scrums, which is a completely different sign
Yeah,
of
never
him.
seen that from him before.
Never.
Yeah.
And I mean, he just looks good. So like you could take that as a positive. And I think if he keeps being that cog on his line, like the other guys are just going to be benefactors of it. So, like a guy like Panarin, I think they usually it would be like if a guy's struggling, put him with Panarin because he'll like figure out his game. That's like what they did with like Lafreniere, and now it's like if you want to figure out that guy's game, like put him with Zibanejad. So like it's weird that it kind of switched like that because it never really was in the past. But you would think that like losing a guy like Kreider would impact him. And it really hasn't. I think he's really become a different player. But I wanted to circle back to that Trocheck point you mentioned. Miller and Zibanejad were supposed to be a pairing, right? And then Trocheck gets hurt, and that forces to split them up so they could center a line. Um,
Hmm.
that's where the top six issue becomes an issue once again. So that loss is huge, and it seems like they're making up for it every game with that with no Trocheck. It's tough. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we'll see what happens, but it seems like I do feel like New York hockey's in a good spot right now. You got both fan bases, maybe with very different views on their teams. You got the Islander fans, or who cares if we lose, whatever, we got Matthew Schaefer. And then you get like the Ranger
Yeah.
fans who are, some of them are full blown panic, some of them are like, relax, takes time, new coach, new system. But
Yeah.
no, exciting times. I just wanted to play against each other. I mean, what is that?
I don't know,
Not
but
this week, the next week, I think. We're
yeah,
coming
don't
up
we
on one.
don't we play each other like 3 times in like a month or something like
Yeah, well,
that?
the NHL scheduling, man.
I don't
I don't
know.
know
It
why they
never
do
makes
that.
any sense. It's
You
terrible.
play until February and then you get like 7 of 8 games against each other for no reason. It makes no sense. But
It's like the bubble season all over again.
yeah, it's a great 2 weeks of hockey, but
Yeah, I don't know, but I'll try to. I mean, as a Rangers fan, I'll try to stop the panic right now. I think it's maybe not an easy fix, but it's something that if they fix it, like, they'll be all
the
right.
big fix. Yeah.
Yeah, like they just put the puck in the net and I think they'll win. They'll start stringing some games together. It's really just the goal scoring. Everywhere else, they've been mostly pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
with the exception of that Calgary game, they're not really giving up many goals.
Yeah, that was like a one-off, probably just
Yeah.
road trip type of thing. I mean, we'll see how they do against Edmonton tonight. I mean, they played great against Edmonton at home, but they just, like we said, didn't score. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes tonight. But
Nice.
Aiden, I think that's a call for a break. When we come back, we will talk about just the NHL and as a whole and just division surprises and new surprises. All right, we're back on the AM shift. Aiden, let's talk about the rest of the Metropolitan Division. Aside from our teams, is there really anything in that division that has kind of surprised you to start the season?
I mean, Pittsburgh
Oh yeah, former
didn't
coach of
really
the
think
Rangers,
they'd be
Dan
doing
Muse.
this. Yeah, didn't really think they'd be doing this.
How about the
It,
Devils?
they're one of those teams, the Devils. Yeah, I mean, I
Hmm.
think they'd be good. They're going into the season. I could see them winning the division. I could
Yep.
see them wild card. They're just one of those teams that I feel like they just are so hot and cold. Um,
Mm, those
Wait
those
until the playoffs,
pesky
see what they
pens.
do. Now they got a little bit of experience under their belts.
Yep.
I do feel like playing the Rangers in a playoff series, even though what was that 2 years ago now?
Hmm.
Um, I do feel like that helps. Just that heated rivalry in the playoff setting. But
Yep.
yeah, Pittsburgh, man, I did not see this coming from them, and I feel kind of dumb for it because every single year it just seems like they bring in these random
Yeah.
guys you never hear
Justin
of,
Brazo.
and they're just 20 goal scorers for no reason. Like Brazo had 1 goal with Boston all of last season.
Yeah.
Picks up, he had 2 in the opener, scored against the Isles when we played them in our opener, and like he scored the game winner. Um,
Right. Right.
He looks like he's a force. Their depth is playing well. Obviously, Crosby's Crosby, Malkin's Malkin. Malkin looks like the old Malkin again. Letang played through a stroke last season. Like these guys are
That's
they're out of
right.
their
Yeah.
minds. It's insane. The whole thing they did with
Um,
Flurry in the preseason was awesome. Uh, Dan Muse behind the bench, like you said, just he seems like he has them just firing all cylinders right now. Maybe tying into that, tapping into a little bit of that, like, hey guys, listen, everyone's writing us off this year.
yeah. Us against the
This is
world.
they're saying this is the year where we're not going to get it done, coming off missing the playoffs last season. But no, it seems like this team right now, I can't see them missing the playoffs if they're playing this well.
No, I agree because I mean we know that it's Malkin's last season, right? So you can kind of see that. I mean, he's been awesome to start. But it seems that maybe they kind of recognize like it's a last dance, even though it's kind of weird. Like they weren't a playoff team, but now they're having like a last dance scenario going on. So it's kind of odd that they're just all of a sudden like a 7-2-2 team to
Yeah,
start. Um, but I mean, the Metro is such a weird division. Like the Flyers are above 500. Columbus, who started terribly, are coming back. So I mean, it's going to be weird to see after maybe the next like Thanksgiving where these teams are again. And like we said with the
hmm
Penguins, like if they keep playing like this, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
that's kind of where the Thanksgiving deadline. That's kind of what I use is like, all right, playoffs are going to start today. These are the playoff teams in my mind right now. Obviously, the wild card fluctuates. I mean, that goes down to the last day of the season every year, which is honestly to me just as exciting as the first round of the playoffs is
Right.
watching like Detroit last year trying to get in what they that run they went on.
Yeah.
I was devastated for that. They should have got in. I was devastated,
That was
but
so tough.
um, they were so fun to watch down the stretch. It was exciting, but no, I like remember that the play Bear made the hold the puck and the whole jumping play,
Alex
but
Lyon, who's been good for Buffalo, is he was like saving them last season. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, Lucas Raymond just tore it up at the end of the year. It was insane to watch, but um, I guess with that we can go into the Atlantic. I know we're talking all about Detroit, but they've
yeah.
been hot too out of the gate.
I mean, they were one of those teams that you watched the first couple of games and you were like, "Oh my God, is this just going to be another struggle mid-season from a should-be playoff team?"
hmm
And they have really quickly turned it around. I mean, they had that, what would they have, abysmal loss against like Toronto or something, and Tom McClellan just torches them.
Yeah,
And then they just win like their next like four or five or something like that. Um, so I mean, that's a surprise, I guess, but I guess like a team like Montreal, and I know they made the playoffs, but did you expect them to be 8-3-0 after 11?
I can't say I expected it, but I also like weirdly I'm not surprised. I just feel like what Marty St. Louis behind the bench, like the guy seems like if he needed to, he would throw a helmet on, not even pads. He'd just get out there in a
He
helmet
probably
and jerseys
could.
and just tear
Probably
it
could
up.
be out there.
Yeah, he still looks like he can play. But the no, yeah, it's common. I see it with Detroit. I see it with Montreal. I see it a little bit with Ottawa starting to develop a little bit. Buffalo, weirdly enough, has looked good in the past couple of games. Like the young talent, especially in Buffalo with Josh Stone. That
Oh
trade
yeah,
worked out well for them, but um, it's the youngsters in the Atlantic are coming to play, and the standings. The, you see Boston, Tampa at the bottom, Toronto in the 5 spot. Like obviously Florida's up there in 3. No matter who plays for them, they'll be good. But
for
like
sure.
you're seeing these teams who were missing the playoffs consistently, these teams that season would start, and you'd be like, God, don't worry about them. They're starting to take over, and it's on the heels of these youngsters taking that modern NHL. Like I said, what the Islanders are trying to do now, that's the game that they're after, and it's just new age NHL. It's all about speed. You got physicality up and down the lineup with Montreal. It's it's fun to watch.
Um, yeah, I mean for that Atlantic Division in particular, I mean usually you're never supposed to count out the Tampa Bay Lightning. Um, and they've definitely had a rough start. Kind of curious to see what's
Yeah.
going on the rest of the way with them, but just wanted to
I do
note.
think Vasilevsky really hasn't been himself, but
Oh yeah, he's definitely like playing through something. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, Kucherov's not been nearly as good. I don't know. There's things that they need to figure out there, but I just wanted to touch on the fact that that's a team that should hopefully turn it around a little bit, given their success in the past.
Mhm.
But we'll go to the West. Anything in the Central? I know we mentioned the Utah Mammoth. I guess we'll
Yep,
start there.
that's exactly where I was going was Utah. How they are so fun to watch. Just signed Logan Cooley, so
Awesome
I got
deal.
8 more years of me watching Utah just because of that. But they're gonna be
Yep,
they're forced that their owner, man, he's just letting the players be. It seems like he's on the team with them. He's out there partying with the
I love
boys.
it.
Like
I love it.
they're they're just I don't know if he's actually partying with the boys, but he gives off that vibe. He's a guy I would
Yeah.
love to play for. Now
Yeah,
this
you don't
Utah
want to play
team,
for James Dolan? You don't
no,
want
I
to
don't know if I
Dolan?
would. No, but this Utah team is they're fun to watch. They're their team every night. I tune in and watch. Um, Dallas too, always fun to watch. Obviously, they're kind of middle of the pack right now, but even Chicago down there showing a little snarl when they play. You see Bedard mixing things up now.
Yeah.
Um,
I like
even
how
when
they
Public's
look.
saying it, he's like, "Yeah, no, we're not going to be pushed around anymore." But no, it's and Colorado, Winnipeg right up there too. But not much surprising about the Central outside of maybe Utah. I figured Utah would probably be good because they started to look pretty good at the end of last season. Almost thought maybe they'd squeak in, but then it kind of faded out. But um, outside of Utah, kind of just running away with the division at the moment, it's looking pretty much how I expected it. Maybe with the exception of Minnesota, St. Louis being the bottom two. I'd maybe flip them, Chicago and Nashville. But yeah, no, it's Central. I feel like is always a fun division to watch.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like it's sad that one of these teams is going to have a bad season when they really shouldn't. Like the St.
Hmm.
Louis Blues probably shouldn't be where they are. I thought, given how they were last year with Monty coming in, and just guys like Holloway and Broberg, that kind of just reinvigorated that roster a bit. Um, that they just lost neighbors, like that's just not gonna help them. So it seems like if they don't stop things soon, it's gonna start getting away with them. I mean, they've lost five in a row. So I guess that's probably my biggest surprise. I just thought they would be a lot better than what they've shown. But like you said, I mean, aside from Utah being definitely a biggest surprise, I mean, I just like how this Central's been so far. They're just fun teams. I feel like if you watch a Blackhawks game now, like that's awesome. Living so close to American Airlines, like I'll go to a Stars game
Hmm.
anytime to watch that roster. And the Winnipeg Jets, I mean, in the middle of nowhere, Canada, they are one of the most fun teams in the
Yeah, just picking up
West.
right where they left off.
Yeah, I love that. And I'd like to see Minnesota do better. I just think that
That's a team
they're
I love watching Minnesota play. Love it.
yeah, I love Boldy and
So many good
Kaprizov.
players in that roster. So many guys that
Yeah.
they're another one of those teams where like you look at their locker room, how they interact with each other on the ice, how they celebrate their goals, the way the fan
Yeah.
base gets going for them. Like that's a tight knit group, and they deserve to be in the playoffs. Minnesota deserves to be in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah. I think they may eventually move for a defenseman. This seems like they need some help back there. I think they're running like a minus 15 goal differential
Yeah, for
already, which
sure.
is just maybe some goaltending issues. But we'll go to the Pacific now. I mean, weird
Yeah, Seattle.
division. Yeah, I mean, in general, the Pacific is always a weird division. It's
Yeah.
either really top heavy or really bottom terrible. um, so like obviously the Flames. I'm not a big Flames person, so this is kind of exactly where I expected them to be. But I mean, a team like the Kraken, I thought with all their, I just thought with their roster construction, like they're just filled with like these middle bottom like conglomerate player
They
group.
seem
Like,
like a team of second lines.
yeah, and
Like
it's like they got prospects, but they don't have any high end. Like, I mean, Shane Wright's great, and like Vince Dunn, and I mean, these guys are really good, but it doesn't really seem like they have that like number one person. So I'm a bit surprised that they're, I guess, loser points are kind of contributing a little bit here, but I just thought they would be not where they are.
mm,
So, and the Oilers, I just thought they would be better. Like,
yeah, I feel like they do this a lot though. They always come out slow.
oh yeah, I think that's going
They'll
on
win
like
15 in a
3 years
row for
now.
no reason. Like
Yeah.
I was talking
Yeah.
about an insane run last season. LA, I know obviously piggybacking off Edmonton with LA,
Yeah.
but um Quentin Byfield, anytime I think about the Kings, I think about Quentin Byfield. Love watching him play.
Yeah,
That
he's
guy's
the
just
future.
he's a workhorse. Yeah. Um Anaheim's been fun. Their youngsters are starting to pick it up. Um
Yep.
it's honestly another team, maybe one of the most fun teams to watch for me right now, which I'm probably in the minority outside of San Jose, is the San Jose Sharks,
Yeah.
especially just Celebrini and Smith, what they're doing over there. Like Celebrini's at the top of the league. He's
He
right up
is
there
that
with the best of
good.
the best right now.
Yep.
Talking people talking about bringing him to Team Canada, like he deserves it. He keeps this up, he deserves
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I mean, I wanted to actually kind of draw a correlation there between like the Sharks and the Blackhawks, right? Like, I mean, the Sharks have their record doesn't really reflect how they've been playing. They've generally been pretty good. Like obviously you want to be a positive record, but I think if you can't be really mad at how they've been. But between Chicago and San Jose, I mean, those are two teams that are essentially coming out of rebuilds right now. And what you would want is if you're, whether that's an owner or GM or coach, I mean, you want them to at least have a competitive season. Like the
Hmm.
way the Blackhawks season went last year, that's probably like worst case scenario. Not only are you like terrible record wise, but you just look dysfunctional. I mean, they had a coaching change, and then the Sharks were just bad last year too. So going into this year, seeing that both teams are looking competitive and playing hard and having good games regardless of the end result. Those are like two teams that I hope that they can just have good seasons. Not saying make the playoffs or anything, but like just have a good
Yeah, just take
year.
the next step.
Yep. And I think
Yeah,
the
you have
Sharks are doing that.
yeah, exactly. You're Celebrini talking about it a lot. All the guys in San Jose, honestly, bringing in Ryan Reeves, love that for them.
Oh yeah,
Kind of take
yeah.
some of the pressure off the young guys. They can just go out there and do their thing. But yeah, no, the San Jose, and yeah, I definitely I hadn't thought about it with the correlation with Chicago, but yeah, for sure, I can see that 100%.
Yeah, I mean, they're just young teams, you know, like they got their vets sprinkled into the roster, like a Toffoli and a Nick Foligno or something like that. But I think in general, you got so many players that you know are going to be that good. Even like Will Smith is like kicking off a pretty good start compared to how he ended last year. So I mean, these are just the new faces of the NHL, and I like seeing them be that good. It's fun when these guys they come out of whatever league it is and they are playing to what they were drafted to. So this is the league's been pretty fun so far to start the year, regardless of how your own team may be doing.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the goals are the goals are amazing so far, and especially the performance that we've seen from some teams. So I'm excited for what the rest of the 71 games holds for the
Yeah,
year.
absolutely. I do want to transition into something I'm excited to talk about. You got me into it last season. I think you know
Yep.
where I'm going with this. Is
Hmm.
the fantasy hockey.
Yes.
So we got the points league going. I know categories leagues are big too, dynasty leagues, all that. I haven't got that deep into it. I know you're way more into that than I am, but
Yep.
no, the straight up points league. So like, so what are the players to look out for right now? Who's on your radar, and why is Braden McNabb the best fantasy hockey player ever?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Braden McNabb might be the best bang for buck defenseman in fantasy hockey. I don't know how maybe people score their leagues, but if you value hits and blocks and what have you, plus minus maybe, Braden McNabb might be your best defenseman. Um,
I took him so early this season.
I'm like looking at other picks in the draft and I just see Braden McNabb going like the 12th round. I was like,
There was
damn
still
it.
top pairing D-man on the board, and I went Braden McNabb.
I was
Love
like,
it.
damn it. No, I mean, I guess from guys to watch out for. I mean, Corey Perry's come back from injury. He's like 5 points in 5 games. I think if anybody doesn't have him in a league, that's somebody that you should look at. Um, from a goalie perspective, I think Dostal in Anaheim, if you somehow don't have the starting goaltender in Anaheim, I don't know what lot roster sizes people may have, but those that guy just eats pucks. And then for defensemen, I mean, Ekman Larson, I would say. Riley's been a little bit weird with injuries and points. I'd say Ekman Larson's probably my pick for that position.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going just straight young guns with this one. Like obviously
Hmm.
the vets, the names people know, you know what you're gonna get from them. Um, and I'd maybe category league, I'd maybe lean more into the veterans just because you get more out of them that way. The
Yep.
youngsters are still kind of developing. It's all about the offense. Everyone wants their points, their goals and stuff, but which is great. But um, Logan Cooley tearing it up, Josh
Hmm.
Stone, I, all bias aside, Matthew Schaefer, come on now.
Yeah, I don't know
Even
how
Jonathan
anybody
Drouin on
wouldn't.
that team, I could see him, Emil Heineman, those three Islanders that I've enjoyed watching
Heineman
so
too.
far. Um, but yeah, then you get the guys in Columbus, Marchenko, Voronkov. Obviously, they're kind of slow out of the gate. Those are guys down the road. They're 30 goal threats every season, 40 goal threats even. But um,
Yeah.
yeah, and defensemen, obviously, can't go wrong with Braden McNabb. But if Braden McNabb's not available, um,
Yep.
really, and anybody that's going to throw their body around, like it's Nikishin. I like him.
Yes.
Carolina, youngster, big dude, throws his
Yeah, with
body,
Goss to
hits,
spare out.
score, got
Yep.
spare. Yep, they're it's a fun year. It seems like the young kids are kind of starting to take over, and that new era is being ushered in, which
And
is making these drafts fun.
and we're playing each other this week, so we'll see who comes out. Our in our league, our scoring gets a little bit crazy and ridiculously high at some points. It's fair, but you can quickly end up losing a week just based off of one good night from the other
Yeah,
guy. So you never really out of a week unless you do something yourself. So we'll see. I think I'm only up maybe 20, 30 points at the
your,
moment,
your team
which
put up like 93 the other night.
which I mean that could
Insane.
easily change.
It's a
I did
frozen
a
frenzy night. One frozen frenzy, and my team's dead. But
Yeah, your team got frozen.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, fantasy hockey is pretty good. I mean, I would say the perfect amount is like 10 or 12 teams, have like anywhere from like a 15 to 20 roster size. I mean, we basically have a full NHL roster of sizes.
yep.
I think it's 9 forwards, 5D, 2 goalies, and then like 5 bench or something like that, or
Yeah, it's like five
six.
or six, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's like good because then you really have to be smart about who you pick up and who you drop, and you don't want to see leagues like I'm in a league where people just drop, like it's very small. You only have 3 forwards, 2D, and 1 goalie starting each night, and you only have I think 5 guys on your bench, so you really have to be smart. And I just see guys dropping just for starts, and like I'm like, dude, why are you dropping Jack Hughes? It's 2 weeks into the season.
Yeah,
Like, just hold your guys. So I think bigger roster sizes is how people want to go, and you get to see how other players perform. You care about them a little more, like a
yeah,
McNabb.
yep, exactly.
We love you, Braden
What about
McNabb.
with that? Obviously, that guy's a seems like a random player to some, but
Yes.
I say we get right into this. This is an idea that you had that I was thrilled to read when you sent that to me.
Yep.
So if you want to take it away from here, you can explain this one.
Yeah, so just a random, I guess, idea that I thought of is there's been so many NHL players, whether they've played for 10 seasons, 2 seasons, 20 seasons, or however many games, you're if you're a fan of a team, you've seen some wild names that have may have played for your team, and I think that there's no better way than to just dig into the hockey DBs and the elite prospects, look at a roster from 10 years ago and pluck a person out that you're like, "Oh my gosh, when did this guy, like, who is this person?" So we're gonna do this every show where we just pick a random person that's played in the NHL, or is playing in the NHL, and kind of just explain, maybe just talk about their career and if they had an impactful moment, or a career that needs to be remembered or should be talked about more. I think this is like a perfect segment to really pick out some players that go unrecognized in hockey history. So
Let's do it.
Aidan, reveal your player to me.
All right, so my player is a guy that immediately upon reading this text when you sent this idea to me, his name popped directly into my head.
Yep.
Um, Defenseman, played for the Islanders, a little bit
Hmm.
for Tampa, a little bit for Philly, and then went over to the Dell. It is Bruno Gervais.
Oh my gosh, that name is like, I don't even know
Yeah,
how you spell his last name because he's just like out of the way.
those those like mid 2000s Islanders teams. He came in 05. He was in the Sound Tigers with Bridgeport in
Oh my
04,
God,
but
Bruno Bourgeois. Oh my God.
yeah, he's
Holy
nothing too
crap.
crazy. He was solid. He was just on some really bad Islander teams.
Yeah.
He was there the year before they drafted Tavares and that abysmal season. Um, but no, he's he's good. He tore it up in juniors.
Yep.
Um, Looking at his stats right now, 72 games, 22 goals in one season in the queue. Came over to
Hell yeah.
Bridgeport, played well, 16 in the AHL in 05-06, then made the jump that same season into the NHL. Obviously, he
Hmm.
wasn't there for his scoring, but reason I thought of him too, like he's a guy right when I started kind of really leaning into hockey, and it very much became like my passion. Um,
Yeah.
was at a game one time, and this guy used to run a rec league in my town that I played in. So he'd run down to the glass after games, grab the broken sticks from the trainers and stuff, and he gave me one. And I was trying to figure out whose stick it was, so I looked at
Oh,
pictures,
nice.
like who played that night. It was
Yeah.
Bruno Gervais. So I still
Hell
have that
yeah.
stick somewhere. I don't know where it went, but it was like my prized possession. It was just some random six, like bottom four defenseman. He just
Yep.
played a couple games for the Islanders, a couple seasons for the Islanders, and then ended up AHL, then over in Europe. But
Just a
no,
player.
he was a staple on those Islanders teams when I was really getting into it.
I love that. That's a good player. I mean, I'm just looking at his career right now. I mean, these dash 15s and stuff like that. I mean,
I
just
don't
goes
think
to sh
anybody was positive on those Islander
yeah, it's
teams.
like, just goes to tell you he was on some rough teams. I almost wish he got a shot somewhere else to see if he maybe could have been something more. But I mean, that guy was
Mhm.
just he was just a defender. Oh my gosh, this is funny. Okay.
Great chef too, apparently. I don't know if I'm making this up because I Googled it before we came on here.
Yeah.
I remember there was a, I don't know if it was a game or it was just like a piece on like Long Island News or something or whatever, News 12. And like apparently he's like a master chef or something, or like a
That's
baker. I forget what it
awesome.
is, but for some reason I vividly remember him just in a kitchen cooking, or like he owned a restaurant or something. I could be completely making that up because I Googled it and I didn't see anything about it, but for some reason I remember him being a great chef, unless
Okay.
he was just serving up pizzas on the ice, but I don't remember that part of his game.
Okay. Nice. All right, good start. Um, all right, my random player is only played 1 season for the Rangers. He was drafted in the fifth round by the Maple Leafs. He's 40 years old, similar age as Gervais, and that is center John Mitchell. And he is one of those. I don't even know if you can even define him as a journeyman, but he's just one of those fourth liners that I don't know. He just won face-offs constantly. He was just one of those fourth liners that if like if he was getting signed, he was going to win every defensive zone faceoff. And he played in the for the Rangers in the 2012 season. Um, and that was kind of my early days of watching hockey, or at least remembering watching Rangers hockey. And in the playoffs that year, when in game six, when Brad Richards tied it, like 6.6 seconds left, they went into OT with an extended double minor power play from it was Joel Ward, and they took a ozone face off when Mark Stoll scoring this overtime winner, and John Mitchell won that face off. And I think if that game happened today, I would be like, why the hell is John Mitchell getting power play time? And I mean, the power plays in that era of Rangers hockey, towards hockey, were so bad. So it just goes to show that even a fourth liner on those Rangers power plays through those years was able to make the best play. Yeah, I mean he won. If you watch that Mark Stahl overtime winner, the way that John Mitchell wins that faceoff, he like completely overpowers the other guy and then like kicks it back to the point like perfectly. I was like, what a faceoff win. Um, but yeah, just a random player.
I love it. I'm looking at his stats now. He had some good years.
I know, right? Just fourth liner his entire
Honestly,
career.
that year with the Rangers might have been his weakest year, but I had one with Colorado before he left. But he was just above 10 goals with Colorado. He had 10 and 47 games on the fourth line. Like that's
That's
a
pretty
solid
good.
season.
He was on that those seasons where like Patrick Waugh like started coaching,
Yeah.
and they had those crazy random like those high seasons and then those really low seasons when they eventually got that Cale Makar pick.
Yep.
Um, but I mean another guy who ended up in Germany at the end of his career. But I don't know, this is
I feel like
he's
that's gonna be a common theme with this segment.
where'd they go?
What
Where
league is
Yeah, we're in Europe.
where are they
Did
now?
Yeah, always playing in freaking Beals, Switzerland. Yeah, no, that was the first player that popped into my head. I don't know why. Of all, he only played one season with the Rangers. I don't know why I remember him so vividly. It has to be because of that overtime face-off win.
Oh, you get those moments as a fan too. You remember everything about it.
Yeah,
Like
and
you watch
that's
the
his.
highlight back, you can picture where you like exactly what happens, hear all the sounds and everything,
Yeah.
and
Oh
there's so
man.
many of those moments.
Yeah, so I think he's an iconic piece in the playoff stories for in Rangers history. So, um, Aidan, I mean, what a great first episode of the AM shift. Um,
Yeah, we're off and running.
we
To
are
quote
off and
John
running.
Forsland, I guess. But
John Porcelain, that's hockey, baby. Um, yeah, so we'll be back soon. We'll see when we get to record our second episode. We both work blue collar jobs, so um, we love the grind. So hopefully the podcast grind can work into that as well.
oh yeah, a lot of caffeine before these things.
Right. Alrighty, Aiden. We'll see you soon.
Been a pleasure.
Later.